Hi Aries, thanks for tuning into your May reading. Join me while I shuffle. This is going to be a general forecast. It might not resonate with you. Just take what you need and leave the rest, but always be honest. This reading is going to be providing guidance for anyone under the Aries influence. So that could be Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or you might be cross-watching for someone that you're interested in or that you're keeping an eye on. So call in your higher self and your guides and ask them to connect with me so that I can bring through messages that are really relevant and pertinent and tailored for you so that you can get more insight on your current circumstances. One more shuffle. Alright, let's get started. Two of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Alright, Aries. So a few major arcanas here, quite a few actually. Excuse me. Well. So we've got Devil in reverse at the foundation of the spread. Priestess reversed here, Temperance reversed here, Justice upright, and then Magician, Chariot, and the Lovers upright on this side of the reading. Alright. So this central axis of the spread, this is speaking about what's in your unconscious mind, what is unknown, and this is what's in the conscious mind or what is known. Well, I would have to say here that there could be... where do I start? I feel like there's a little bit of conflict maybe. I don't know if conflict is the right word. Maybe tension or just, yeah, I know I'm hearing dispute. Yeah, some of you might have a legal dispute going on here. Some of you might be dealing with some kind of like, yeah, you're battling. There's this like, you're having to defend yourself here with the Seven of Wands. In the upright with the Justice position, in Justice. These two cards are in the hopes and fears quadrant of the reading. You're definitely wanting to end something. I feel that here, the Ten of Swords. This five of Swords upright here with the Priestess. There's something going on here. Like you're battling with someone. You're really unhappy. I feel like for a lot of you watching, there's something really unsatisfying going on in your life that you're addressing right now. That involves maybe some agreements that you wish to end. You wish to end. Perhaps you have some agreements currently that you now can't agree to anymore. That's what it feels like. You want fresh partnerships, or you want new agreements, or you want, like, all these cards are in the outcome position of the reading. In this part of the spread, this is kind of like what's coming in, what's the potential outcome, or what, like what is the near future. So Chariot and the Magician together in this part of the spread, and this was in this quadrant here, and then the Lovers here. It does feel to me like you have a clear point of direction that you want to take, and you want to channel fresh, exciting energy into that, and maybe that involves a new partner. Maybe it involves a new partner. Or more likely for some of you watching, this is about you kind of like tuning into your own, just like figuring out how to be more self-reliant and less dependent on other people for your happiness and satisfaction, right? Because look, you've got, obviously, okay, Lovers is in the outcome position of this reading. That's the near future. That's where you're going. That's where you're getting to. The heart of the reading, you have this Nine of Cups in reverse. It's very unsatisfied feeling. You're really unhappy, uncontented, not stoked on your current situation. And then the Ace of Cups is also in reverse. So the 9 plus the 1 is 10. You're looking for the 10 of Cups, which is that like ultimate fulfillment, ultimate satisfaction. Pleasure, union, whatever, all those things. So these two here, like there's something, and having it come from this foundational card of the Devil here, like you're looking to break free of some kind of codependent situation that's really unsatisfying. You might have at one point been really inspired and really like overwhelmingly full of love and compassion and inspiration for it. But right now you're here. You're here. You want to end this codependent situation. You're over it. You might even feel betrayed. You looking for the temperance in reverse here is about the need for forgiveness and understanding. This is in your environment. This card is in your environment. The devil is there in the unconscious mind. So this is saying here, like, you feel betrayed and you need to find forgiveness. But right now you're kind of first seeking justice. And you're having to kind of defend yourself somehow. Like, the home is broken. This was a happy home at one point, but now the home is broken. There's like something like either divorce or separation, or if it's not a romantic thing here, if it's some other kind of business agreement, you're looking for settlement. You're looking for, I'm hearing breach of contract. So in some regard, you want to like, find a way to extract yourself from an entangled situation that has been argumentative and difficult and has been making you feel a little defeated. Maybe you feel bullied by the other person. You could also be the one that's bullying. So just, take what fits and be real. This High Priestess, though, in reverse, I don't love the High Priestess in reverse. There's some dishonesty here. There's some cheating, lying, mistruth, misrepresentation, lying by omission. With the Five of Swords here, this is like power struggle, I would say. Yeah, power struggle, bullying. One person is trying to just have their point be the only point that's relevant or the only point that's heard. Something like this. But you here with the Chariot and the Magician in the outcome position upright, this is you very clearly stating your claim, pointing your machine, your vehicle, your self, your business, your whatever, in a specific direction and like imbuing it or what's the right word? Filling it up with your own personal magic, your own personal intention, your own direction, right? Like this is you very clearly going in a specific direction that you choose, that you design, that you implement. This is all you. But this Lover's card here in the outcome is interesting because here I'm seeing like you definitely are looking to kind of like split off from something that's been very unsatisfying, that's something that's been hurtful even, or something that's been like a feeling of dissatisfaction and betrayal is most certainly in this reading. But then you have the Lovers here in the outcome. So we'll pull some more cards and see if there's anything else in the bottom of the reading that helps us understand. So there's Two of Swords reversed, Ace of Pentacles upright, Ace of Swords reversed, Page of Wands reversed. This is interesting. Because what I was looking for was some kind of confirmation that there could be something new starting, whether it's a new love, a new business partner, a new something with the Lovers. But I actually really feel more than anything that what's important right now is for you to understand your own responsibility in the circumstances. Like you might need to go back over things and actually really, I'm hearing recreate. But what I was actually tapping into there was more like, right now you might feel betrayed and you might be seeking compensation or justice in a situation that felt like was something unfair happened. But what's really here is that you need to see where you were responsible. Like where did you perhaps, turn a blind eye to things and let someone take over or run things in a way that wasn't actually okay with you, but you just kind of let them do it because you didn't want to take responsibility. That's what I'm feeling here with this, the Two of Swords and the Ace of Swords both in reverse. You got 3 aces in your reading, by the way. So yeah, this is you, like you need to acknowledge that you might have turned a blind eye to things, and that's maybe why you're in the circumstances you're in. You might have let situation kind of get, simply you let things get to where they are. You have to take responsibility for that. Yes, you might be seeking legal counsel right now to see how you can correct these things, but on a spiritual and emotional level, you need to take ownership and responsibility for things being the way they are because you allowed it to get there. I'm sure some of you are really pissed off at me for saying that. But okay, look. Where do I want to go next? Why did I pick up the Devil card? Yeah, this is you. This is you needing to acknowledge that you let things get the way they are. Like the Devil is is the devil's in reverse here. So you're seeking to get out of an unhealthy attachment. But you need to acknowledge that you got into an unhealthy attachment in the first place. Okay? Don't be mad at me for saying that. I'm just the messenger. Now, 3 aces in the reading. And the magician. Now, the magician is holding all the aces. The magician's job is to channel pure intention and pure potential into reality and manifest through his will, right? And now you've got these 3 aces in the reading. So there's a lot of energy in this reading that's saying you are capable. You're capable. But you might have been a little bit misguided, or you might have been a little bit unaware of actually how much power and potential you were holding. And so you might have, again, either misused it, or you've been irresponsible somehow, or you gave your power and authority up to someone else. Again, the devil. And the Priestess reverse and the 2 of Swords reverse are very much connected. The Priestess is number 2 from the Major Arcana. So the cards from the Major Arcana always link back to the relative number from the Pips card. So the second card from the Major Arcana is the Priestess. So she relates to all the 2s. 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, 2 of Wands, right? But 2 of Swords in particular, because this moon element, the moon symbolism is in both of these cards, right? Can you see that? That's kind of saying to me, again, there's an element of dishonesty here. And it's lying by omission. It's lying by omission. It's also like lying by not being willing to actually see what's really there. Like your refusal to see the truth is actually a lie. So just take ownership for what's actually really happening. And that way you can resolve things much quicker than if you pretend not to be accountable for something, because that's never going to get you anywhere. It's just going to make this whole process be more drawn out. What else is here? Right, I was saying I was looking to see looking to get confirmation about this Lovers card here from the extended part of the reading, if there's a new romance coming in. But I actually feel like this is speaking directly to the need for you to become whole and unified in yourself. Get on the program with your own self-nurturing, self-oriented, self-directed, all those kind of details. Like you need to be a little bit more independent and unified within and responsible, solely responsible for everything that you experience in life. It's Page of Wands in reverse, the last card here. There could be some communication, like with the Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords coming there together, both in reverse. There could be some hearsay, some gossip, some untrue information. There could be some lack of clarity. I'm hearing spiteful. Someone could be communicating spitefully. It could be you, it could be someone else communicating to you or about you spitefully. Just be aware about that. And don't say what doesn't need to be said, alright? Especially if you are in a legal situation. Like if you've actually taken formal legal action, don't communicate to the person directly. Let your lawyers do it, because you're going to fuck up whatever outcome you're hoping to achieve if you communicate, especially if you're being petty and like mean or aggressive or gossipy or attacking someone. Don't do it, because you're going to compromise the potential outcome of your situation if you have taken formal legal action against someone. Don't waste time hitting them up on chat. Like, just leave it to the lawyers at this point, or you're going to threaten and compromise your possible outcome in a legal matter, in a legal situation. Alright, Aries, it's not like the most funnest reading I've ever given, but hopefully there's some things in there that are helpful to you. Let me see if there's anything else here. This 8 of Wands as the crossing card is really interesting. So the challenge, I guess, at the moment is, again, like communication being unclear. So just be especially mindful of that. Given that there are quite a few swords cards in this reading, number 1, number 2, number 5, number 10, as well as this 8 of Wands and Page of Wands, all these cards are very much communication cards. And none of them are, like, all of them kind of have a little bit of a debilitation in the placements. So I would have to say, like, be really mindful of every word. Like, don't say anything that doesn't need to be said. Don't be petty. Don't be aggressive. Don't be inappropriate. Don't say what doesn't need to be said. Let legal matters, like, happen with the formal process, rather than you sort of counteracting whatever beneficial things that a process that's unfolding, that, like, following proper protocols, you could be in compromising or counteracting that process from playing out if you keep communicating to the person directly, if you have actually already undertaken legal action, which I feel you have with these two cards together. So just be mindful of all the communication, be professional, be adult, be respectful, be dignified, don't stoop to other people's level. Even if people have been bullying or dishonest or fake or disrespectful or in any way conceited or whatever, like, don't stoop to their level. As hard as that might be, you have to maintain your reputation, your self-respect, your professionalism, and just behave the best that you can be. And even if it's an unfortunate situation right now, like, know that it's really only the way we carry ourselves through difficult circumstances that actually really defines who we are. So while it may be an unfortunate and uncomfortable and difficult situation, let it bring out the best in you. Let it show you to yourself who you really are, and how adult you are, and how mature you are, and how grown up you are. Because even people who are, like, really good people, they do have to go through circumstances sometimes that are less than ideal, that are really painful to deal with emotionally, that are, like, kind of affecting our personal sense of self, that maybe are also affecting our reputation. But it's only through how you carry yourself that you'll be defined. So be mindful of that when you get really irritable and upset about something and you want to lash out. Just reserve, hold back, use common sense, use discipline, use your sense of personal dignity and pride to make sure you're always representing yourself the best that you can. And don't compromise a legal matter by lashing out at someone inappropriately through, social media or chat or whatever. Like, just leave it be. Let the professionals handle it. All right, Aries, let's move on now to the higher octave spread. We're going to use the Voyager deck. Please send your energy into the card so I can get really clear messages for you. We're going to look at any other additional insight that we can get here from your higher self and guides. We're going to look at any forces at play that may be unseen, hidden forces at play, blind spots, karmic and spiritual forces that might be affecting the situation, to understand how best to work with the energies that we're dealing with to make the most out of it on a spiritual and emotional level. Let's have one more shuffle. Alright, let's take a look. There's the Ace of Pentacles upright. You've had that Ace of Pentacles in both readings in the upright position. That's nice. It's very hopeful. It's very optimistic. Man of Crystals in reverse. That's the King of Swords. There's crossed by the Child of Swords, Page of Swords. Strength in reverse. Four of Swords. The Lover's reverse. So there's the same card now in the past, but in the reverse. So maybe this is simply about a divorce, this whole reading. Let's see. Queen of Cups. Child of Worlds, which is the Page of Pentacles. The Sun. Four of Cups. Two of Swords. That's the same card. It's also in reverse. Interesting. The Hermit. Yep. There's the Queen of Wands in reverse. There's the High Priestess in reverse again. And here's the Three of Cups in reverse. This is interesting. It's definitely taking this reading on further. Now it's I feel like this spread is describing what's happening after the closure or the completion of that either literal legal matter or some type of karmic contract closure, something like that. This is like what's happening after that. So yeah, if you want to hear the interpretation of this spread, click the link in the description box below and you can find yourself on the next page where you can access that reading. I hope you found some things in there you can work with. It's an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting and subscribing, and I will see you in the next reading.